computer. All right. So we are here again with Miss Odalys Rojo. Hola, Odalys.
Ah, ¿cómo están?
Bien, bien. Good to see you.
No, thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we were just talking, but that was already almost 4 months ago.
Past that, yes, definitely.
So you've been busy. Just I guess just to refresh people, when
Mhm.
we last spoke, I think was it late spring?
I think, yes, it was June. Yeah, it was in June, late spring.
Okay. Okay, so late spring, early summer. It was June, and I think you were finishing up with school. You were finishing up your freshman or sophomore year?
A year. Yep.
Sophomore year. Okay, so now you're a junior.
I am a junior. It's getting hard.
Yeah, so it's October now, so a lot of things have happened since the last time we spoke. But just for some people, we'll do a little refresher for those people who maybe didn't see our last interview. Of course, if you did miss the last interview that I did with Odalys back in June, you can go to our YouTube channel for Wilmington Bilingual Preschool, and you can watch that video because it was a really great interview. I just wanted you to know that I got a lot of positive feedback from that. I think the families were really interested in your project and in your initiative and just your enthusiasm for what
Mhm.
you were doing. So they really enjoyed it. And that's why I thought it would be a great idea to do a follow-up interview just to find out how everything went.
Mhm.
So for those who don't know, I guess, do you want to share a little bit about our last interview, what you were planning to do when we first spoke back in June?
Yeah, so basically, this has been a project in for years that I've thought about it. And I brought it up to our principal, Ayudari Miller, and she was like, yes, we have to take, initiative on this. And basically, we were asking for donations of clothing and school supplies to send to this very impoverished town in Mexico, which is where Maestra Mir and I come from. I was born there and then we moved here to the US. And basically, we were just asking for these donations to be able to give them to the community that participates in the Oratorio Christus Vivit, which is a Christian church that has been established for 3 years now. And they basically just focus on doing kind of like outreach programs within their own community and town. And they really like help a lot of the impoverished neighborhoods and just overall areas in the area, which is amazing. And we just thought that, we have so much. Why not share a little bit of that? And the parents truly were amazing. We were able to help so many kids. We were able to impact so many lives. And it was just a beautiful project overall.
That's awesome. So that was one of my first questions that I wanted to ask you was, first of all, how was the response from our school community? Because I told all the parents, I said, hey, watch this video. Odalys is going to explain to everyone. And by the way, she's Maestra Meady's daughter. So many of our families know your mom, Maestra Meady, who's one of our wonderful teachers who's been with us really since 2017, since we opened our school. So I said, hey, we've got to support her because she's super enthusiastic. So how was the response? What kind of things did the school families do to help support your project?
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like the project was definitely kind of just shoved upon all of us because it was out of nowhere. Like we were just like, you know what, we want to do this now, and that's what we did. It, but the were amazing. I think definitely having my mom as a great support behind us, like it really attracted a lot of parents. They were like, well, Maestra Miri is doing this, let's support her because it's Maestra Miri, we love her. But the parents were amazing. I mean, I think in the span of I think it was a month that we planned this through, or maybe even less, we were able to receive a lot of donations for parents, be it they brought supplies in or they donated like more money wise, and it was great. The parents were amazing. They would be emailing me sometimes and be like, hey, can I bring this? Hey, do you need this? Hey, do you need that? Or they'd be texting my mom being like, hey, Mary, do you need this, that? And it's just great. I know a lot of people watched the YouTube video. A lot of people kept track with the emails that you were sending and just overall the posts that my mom was making on her Facebook, and the response was amazing. Like I said, we were able to just create this beautiful thing out of literally nothing, and it's beautiful. I loved it so much.
That's so exciting. So
Mhm.
just to recap a little bit too, the idea was that you and Maestra Meady were going, not just you two, but your entire family, right? Went back to Mexico. Maestra Meady is from the state of Jalisco, and
Area.
your little town is Ocotlan, correct?
Yes.
So you all were making a trip there for the summer. And remind me, how many weeks were you down there this summer?
There for 5 weeks. It was a lot. A little more than a month.
I saw some of the pictures, not just of the projects, but Maestro Meaty sent me some pictures, I think, of you guys having breakfast at a place. And I was like, I'm ready to pack my bags. I'm ready to go now.
Yes,
It looked beautiful.
it is very beautiful.
Okay. So you went down there for 5 weeks, and then I know that you all, part of the project was that you wanted to, there were kind of two parts to the project, if I'm correct. You wanted to send supplies, school supplies, but also just basic necessities, some things that some of these disadvantaged children down there don't have. So that part of it, how did that part go? How were you able to get the supplies to Mexico? And what did you do? Did you make gift packets, or what did you guys take?
So basically, the supplies were sent through a shipping company, and that was also covered through donations that the parents made for us. We asked for school supplies, like you said, as well as just clothing, just basic necessities like socks, a shirt, shorts, things like that. And be it used or new, we were able to just overall receive a lot. And also, a lot of parents donated, like I said, money. So we just with that we spent it and we bought clothing ourselves and then just sent it over there. It was all sent through shipping. And then when it came to the school supplies, we kind of made little like your school bags, like your school little pouches, and we put like pencils in there, your sharpeners, your scissors, whatever we could find, and we just kind of like stack it up. We were able to make, I think, over 100 little school pouches, which was a lot. And for the clothing for the kids that participated in the school of soccer, we were able to clothe 71 of those kids and give them each a new shirt aside from the used ones. And also we were able to just go around the town and give this clothing to like immigrants that were coming from other countries. So yes, we were able to really impact the community. Like we were able to help everyone basically. It was great. But yes, we shipped it all. We received it over there. We opened up. It was a huge bag, more than 80 grams, something like that. And then we just gave it away. It was great.
Wow. Nice. And how much was the shipping? And I know Meaty, one great thing about her, she was so transparent with this whole project. That's one thing that I really appreciate. She even sent me emails and I'm like, Meaty, I'm so busy. Okay, but if you want to, you don't have to do this. But she did. She emailed me receipts. She was like, look, Deli, this is what we're buying. This is what we're spending the money on. I just want you to see that all of the money that was given to us is going towards this and that. But just out of curiosity, I think I remember, but if you want to share with everyone, how much did it cost to send all of this stuff to Mexico?
$300. So it is a lot. It is definitely very expensive to just send a little box to Mexico. I mean, little, but not too little, a little box to Mexico. But yeah, like you said, my mom was very transparent. We wanted to be really transparent. When did you know that the money that you donated was used and how it was used, and the fact that through that we were able to really make a change in someone else's lives. And actually, out of all that money that was given to us, we still have $100 left that we're kind of to see if in the future we can continue this project. So we do have a little bit left, but yes, we got all the receipts and everything on how they were used, be it buying clothing, sending for the shipping, or just overall in Mexico. What we did over there too sometimes required a bit of money and to cover the expenses.
Sure. And how was the response from the kids? Because maybe I'm a little jaded being here in the United States, but this is terrible. I almost feel like kids in the United States, almost we have so much here, and you know what I mean. We're so privileged. I think you talked about that in your last interview, that I feel like kids are like, well, school supplies, pencils, or markers. I already got a million of those. So what was their response when they were opening up their little gift bags?
Like I can vividly see their faces. Like it truly was something so beautiful because you'd be like, if I got markers, I'd be like, oh, okay. So happy about them. Like we were doing that we're coloring like our emotions, because we were learning the emotions. Like I'm mad, I'm sad, and they were coloring it. And after I gave them like their pencil pouches, they were like, I want to use these. Like I want to use these right now. It was amazing. The kids were so grateful and so just thankful for everything that we were able to do. Like I'd be walking either like in mass or just even in the streets, and if they like recognize me, they would run up to me and be like, Teacher Teacher Odalys, and just hug me. Amazing. Like they were so thankful. I had kids write me like just thank you letters and write them to the Wilmington Bilingual Preschool as well, just saying thank you. Because we truly, like I said, like I've said a million times now, we were able to make an impact in their lives. Like these are things that they will remember forever. Because this doesn't happen in Mexico. You just don't just get someone who comes and gives you things for free. Like it's not. It always comes with like a prize. And I know kids are forever grateful to us because this was just something that they've never gotten to experience. Some kids have never really gotten to use like new color pencils, new markers, and now they do. They have the opportunity.
Wow, that's exciting. That's really impactful. And then, so the second part of your project was not just sending the supplies and the clothing, but also you wanted to teach, you wanted to offer them a skill.
Mhm.
So what was the skill, if you want to recap that? What did you want to teach them and how did that go?
So I want to teach them English because I think it's just something that it's amazing to have. You know, being bilingual. I mean, we see it with the Wilmington Bilingual Preschool. We're giving them it's a beginning in this whole other language so that they can just in the future just learn it more and then have more opportunities in life overall. So I was very focused and like that was my original goal. Like I want to teach them English, and we were successful in a class. I had over 20 kids, which is a lot when you think about it. Like for little me, I was like, oh my goodness, these are a lot of kids, but it was great. We had an amazing response. So at the oratorio, which is the parish that we were at, they were having like a summer camp too. And so the kids would come from like 10 to 12, be at the summer camp, and stay an extra 2 hours to learn English. So like if I was a kid in the summer, I'd be tired by then. But no, they were set on getting, that knowledge. They were set on learning more, and they would come and sit down. They were amazing students. Like they seeing their prideful faces as they mastered a new word or as they understood what I was saying or as they were able to formulate a new sentence was something that truly will forever be engraved in my mind. It's just amazing. Like their response, their willingness to learn, and also the respect that they had for me and Maestra Mary. They were very respectful of us. They were very sweet with us. And truly, I think it's one of the most beautiful things I've done my whole entire life. Yeah.
Wow. So how old was the youngest student and how old was the oldest student?
So we divided the classes into two classes. We had 5 to 8 and then 9 to 15. My oldest day was 14 years old and my youngest one was 5, which was perfect. Like it kind of just fit specifically in the range that I wanted to, especially because like for the older kids, I was doing more like writing. And I know for a little kid, like you don't want to write. So it was great. We were able to just kind of divide it between my Miri and I. Like my Miri would take like the little ones and I would take like the bigger ones. And that's how we conquered it all, because it was a lot.
Is there a particular student that really stood out for you? Anyone that, I don't know, most of the time as a teacher, there's always a student who you just remember who really makes an impact on you for whatever reason. Sometimes it can be the smallest, most quirky little thing, something they say or do. Do you have a student like that?
I had 3 kids who truly just like I would look at them and I'd be like, I want to take you with me. Like I need you with me. So these kids, they would have to stay after like the summer camp for another hour to just overall train for soccer, right? And you could immediately tell by the way that they dressed, their shoes, and what they had with them that they were living in a hard condition, in a hard situation. But even then, they would come to class, they would sit down, and I don't think any other kid put as much attention on me as they did. Like they would write every word that I wrote down. They would like literally look at my mouth to just make sure that they were like saying it right. And I just remember like looking at their eyes, and it's like those eyes that you're like, you are like the best kid ever. You're like the sweetest little angel. And those kids really impacted my life. Luis, Mateo, and Emiliano, those kids were just, wow, I love them. Yes.
Yeah. And I guess you did, and sometimes it's really important to I guess get people to buy into what you're trying to teach them, but it sounds like there wasn't really much of a need for them to buy in. I mean, were they all pretty much interested in learning English, or did you have to convince them and talk to any of them about why they might want to learn English? Maybe they'll go to the United States one day, or were they just like, nope, we want to learn some English?
Most I definitely think were there just because they were interested in the language overall. We did have some kids that like I know would go there like because their parents wanted them to go there. So it's kind
Okay.
of comfortable being like you can talk to me, like we're chill here, like I'm just trying to like give you this life skills that are amazing that in the future will really benefit you. So some were definitely harder to break than others, but I think everyone that truly came to the class and stayed the full 3 weeks were were there because they wanted to be there.
Okay.
Because we did
Yeah.
have like a few more kids that eventually like kind of just faded out, but the majority of them stayed and they really put in.
Completed the course.
Yes.
Nice. Well, so what's next? What do you think you're going to do after that? When is the next time you'll be going to Mexico? Do you think you'll go back again next summer or for Christmas? What do you think?
So we are going for Christmas, but I think definitely having a project like this is very time consuming and it takes a lot of you, right? So I'm like, this Christmas, I think I'm just kind of, again, testing waters. I also, there's a few other parishes that focus on helping, again, communities in need within my town. So I want to see if I can connect those parishes with the parish that we're already helping and maybe have an even bigger impact than the one that we've had already. But I'm think we're definitely going this summer, and I would definitely love to do this again. Of course, maybe better planning, like not just hey, donate some. Maybe like with time, make posts about it. More coherent information, not like all over the place. Like sometimes I know I did it because I was like information set. But we will be going this summer, and I'm hoping to, like I said, have an even just greater community that we can help. Just have a bigger community that we can offer our help to, and impact more lives. That's the beautiful thing. Again, we'd probably continue with like the whole clothing donation, school supplies donation, and maybe in the future we'll get some more medical in there, and just once I get hopefully a degree in something having to do with the medical field, I can help that way too.
Okay, awesome. Well, it's a great start. I think you did a wonderful job, and I just more than anything want to congratulate you, and also, I guess, thank you for being willing to do all of this. I know, I think Meaty mentioned it to me, and I was like, hey, I love it. Let's go for it. And you just kind of took off running. So everything that I don't know, you just have a lot of initiative, and I think it's contagious. And you might have inspired somebody else. You don't know how you inspire people. So thank you so much for your enthusiasm for this project and for sharing with us. And I guess, is there anything else you wanted to say? Anything you wanted to add that I didn't ask?
I just want to thank all the parents for just truly embracing this project the way that they did. Because I know it's kind of weird you out, like, whoa, what am I doing? What am I donating? What is this? But then like truly, I can't put into words just the I know that we impacted their lives, like the kids' lives, but the way that they impacted ours is even I feel like better and greater because we were able to just overall see as we changed these kids' lives, see as we were able to offer something that these kids have never been able to have. It was truly so beautiful and amazing. And just, seeing their faces or the way that they called out to me, the way that they recognized me, the way that they all hugged me and embraced me afterwards. And they were like, please don't leave. Like, we want you to stay, was the most beautiful thing ever. And I know that this is something that, like, for years to come, I will remember the fact that the Wilmington Bilingual Preschool helped me achieve this, helped me change so many lives, helped me make such a big impact in my hometown, which is a dream that I've always had. And I'm so thankful. Like, I am so very thankful that we were able to do this. And I hope that in the future we can do this. But like I said, let's do it better. Let's do it bigger. It'd be amazing.
Perfect. It was just the beginning.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for everything, Odalys. And I think Meaty shared some pictures with me too. I believe she shared them in our private Facebook group for the families. I think she was sharing that. So anyways, we'll see if there's some way we can share those for people who didn't get to see them. But again, thanks so much. And we're always game for any other projects that you dream up. So just keep in touch.
Well, thank you for this interview, and thank you so much for letting the parents know what they were able to accomplish with their help.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Well, best of luck this school year. Good luck with everything.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Okay. Take care. Bye.
Bye.